Good morning, boys and girls. This morning I want to read the story about Pentecost, when God's Spirit came upon the people. Here's how it goes. The disciples met to talk and pray together while they waited for the Holy Spirit to come. They knew that Jesus would no longer appear suddenly to talk to them, but once his Spirit came, he would be with them in a new and closer way. 7 weeks after Passover, the Jewish people celebrated the festival of Pentecost. It is a harvest of thanksgiving for the first ripe crops. Soon Jerusalem was packed with pilgrims once again as Jews from all over the world returned for the happy celebration. Early that Sunday morning, on the day of Pentecost, Jesus' disciples were all together when something extraordinarily happened. They described it afterwards as a great rushing wind that swept down from heaven and filled the whole house with the noise that it made. Then, separate little tongues of flame settled for an instant on every person there. But what they could see and hear was nothing compared to what they felt inside themselves. The warmth and the life that Jesus always brought with him surged in them again, and they knew that his promised Holy Spirit had come to live inside them forever, close and real. They were bursting with joy and began to pour out aloud their thanks and praise of God. Meanwhile, a huge crowd had collected outside the house. They had seen and heard some of the strange happenings that were curious. And they were curious to know what was going on. But when the disciples came out of the house and onto the street, they were even more amazed. Everyone there, whatever country he came from, understood perfectly what the disciples were saying as they praised and thanked God for this wonderful gift given them. That day, the number of believers in Jesus swelled to 3,000. They all began to meet regularly in the days that followed. They had meals together and prayed and learned more from the apostles about what it meant to follow Jesus. And so today we heard about Pentecost, really the birthday of the church when the Holy Spirit came down. Have a good week. Bye.